Hey there, champions. Today we've got an application of quadratic equations question on the cards. So we've got a lovely picture of a relative of mine, and we're going to edge this square photo with a border of width x centimeters. Okay, the inside picture, we're told in the diagram, has a side length of 20 centimeters, and the distance between the picture and the border is x centimeters. Okay, we'll start off with part A. Okay, because we've got a square on the inside, and we've got the same distance between the picture and the border all the way around, we've got a square on the outside as well. So if we're finding an expression for the total area, I'm looking for everything that I'm shading in yellow here. I want the area of the whole thing. So bearing in mind that the area of a square is given by the length squared, the way that I can find that for this picture is to say, well, my actual photo is 20 centimeters across, but I've got to add onto that two lots of x. Because I've got x on the right-hand side, I'll have the same value on the left-hand side. So adding both of those together is going to give me the entire distance across. All right, so that's my expression for the length or the width. I need to multiply that by itself. Because that's how we find the area of a square. Lovely. Let us continue. Okay, so I'm just going to write this in order of powers for this one. So 2x multiplied by 2x is 4x squared. 2x multiplied by 20 is 40x. So two of those will give us 80x. And then 20 multiplied by 20 will give us 400. Lovely. So that's an expression for the area of the whole thing. Not a bad start. Now for part B, we need to take that expression and use it. So we're asked to find what the width of the frame is of the total area is to be 1600 centimeters squared. Okay, so we're given the area for this one. So 1600 is equal to the expression that we already had for area, so 4x squared plus 80x plus 400. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this in such a way where the whole thing is equal to 0, because that will allow us to use factorizing and the null factor law in a moment. So I'm going to rewrite this as 4x squared plus 80x plus, oh, hang on. So it's plus 400, but I need to take 1600 away. So that will be subtract 1200. And all of that is equal to 0. So really what I've done there, I've just taken 1600 from both sides and I've swapped them around a little bit. Okay, next up, I'm going to divide everything by 4 because everything there is divisible by 4. That'll leave me with x squared plus 20x, take away 300. And that is still equal to 0. 0 divided by 4 is still 0. Okay, now I need to factorize this. So two numbers that will multiply to give me negative 300 and add to give me 20. That we can have 30, so positive 30, and negative 10 for this one, because 30 take 10 is 20, and 30 multiplied by negative 10 is negative 300. Beautiful. Now I can do a little bit of solving there. So for that expression, x is going to be equal to negative 30, and x is going to be equal to 10 as well. Because for my first bracket, if I added on negative 30 to that, I'd make it equal to 0, which makes the whole thing equal 0. And same deal for the second bracket. If I add on 10 to negative 10, makes it equal to 0 as well. So we call that the null factor law. It's a way of us finding what x actually is. For this question though, whilst we've got two, it's important to show our answers for this one. We've said, yeah, x is equal to negative 30, x is equal to 10. But in the real world, we need a positive answer for this one. So I'm going to say here, frame width must be positive. I'm going to say, therefore, frame width is 10 centimeters. So the reason for that is I have to reject the negative 30 because I can't have negative length in this context at least. So frame width is 10 centimeters. So what you're doing there, you're showing that using that technique, you do get two answers, but you're saying in your answer, I'm going to reject one of them because that one doesn't make sense for the type of question that it is. Super duper.